Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Great.
Very well. You both look like you're having so much fun making this show. But I have to ask about the Dua Lipa Don't Start Now scene. Yes, Paola, what was it like filming that?
I think I have a singing career after this. What do you think?
Yes, and dancing.
And dancing.
Listen,
No,
don't sell yourself short.
it was fun. I do have to complain because I rehearsed the whole song and they only used like 3 seconds of it, which says a lot about my performance and how much they liked it. But but it was fun. It was such a twist for me. You know, when I read that, I was in shock because I never expected that was going to happen to my character. So unlike Evelyn, and it's so unlike myself. But that's why it was just fun. It was pure fun.
Yeah, and Adeline, what was it like filming that, being on the opposite end of that?
Oh my gosh, I loved it. I mean, it was one of the few times where we got to be on set together. So that was my first impression of Evelyn, like me as a person. Like seeing your character, I was like, oh, okay. No, I mean, Paola, she's so talented. She's so amazing. Like we had a great time. And I mean, if you can pull off a dance like that when your character is so like put together, I'll see you.
Right? Yes. And Adeline, I loved all your moments with Ella Polinska. And then Paola, anytime you're on screen, I knew we were in for a treat because you chew the scenery, but you ground it in so much emotion. That's incredible. So for both of you, tell me about some of your favorite moments to play. We'll start with Adeline.
Oof, no, that's hard. I think my favorite moments to play, and this might be a little bit general, but I think it kind of is in a lot of the scenes, the way that Billie can like snap from the moment that you meet her to like that first big scene. You know, she's a little bit manipulative, obviously, clearly, but she uses that in her favor. I think those are fun for any actor kind of to get some pages where it's like, okay, do this and then now cry and now be back to normal. And it's fun to play around with that and to kind of grab the authentic emotion to make it actually line up with what Billie's going through. Yeah, probably one of my favorite scenes.
For me, the scenes with Albert Wesker were my favorites. But I remember one scene where I was playing with the clone. What was his name? Bert. And we decided that we were gonna have this dynamic of almost like mother and child, right? So the way that Evelyn treats Bert is almost like a child, and I found that really interesting because it was just so different from the relationship that Evelyn has with Albert Wesker, with the other clone. So I don't know. Evelyn is such a fun character to play. When the scenes with the kids were fun too because they're so great. And that's the thing about Evelyn. She gets like everything. She gets like action scenes and emotional scenes and then family scenes and then dynamic, like corporate dynamic with the Albert Wesker. I got to play everything. I'm really fortunate in that sense.
Yeah. So what are you both excited for the fans to see?
Well, everything, right? I mean,
right.
I think we're excited to maybe introduce, you know, some of the fan favorite monsters and creatures and also characters, as well as also introducing, you know, some new names in there and some new faces.
And hope they like it.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of respect for the franchise, and we did this with all that respect.
Yes.
Addie has mentioned that a lot, which I think is really important for the fans to know that we really respect the franchise and we want to do like great characters that they can fall in love with as they have fallen in love with all the characters before.
And finally, what have the two of you been watching lately?
It's just like I just started to watch the second part of Making a Murderer. I didn't know there was a second part. And I was a big fan of that documentary. I'm a big supporter of Stephen Avery. And so yeah, that's what I'm watching. The second part of Making a Murderer. Go Stephen.
I caught up with Drive to Survive, F1, huge fan now. I mean, grew up like watching in the background because of dad, but if you want to send me an invite, Netflix, to the next race, I will be here waiting patiently. Yeah, no, I've been enjoying that a lot.
I love it. Well, thank you both so much for the art that you bring into the world. I really appreciate it. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, you too. Thank
Bye.
you.